Warning: Josh is not an expert in any of the things he talks about. He simply uses his head and does a lot of research so you, the audience, don't have to. Keep in mind, he doesn't know everything, so take the things he says with a grain of salt.
What is going on, everyone? This is Josh Said What, the podcast that'll change the world. I have on today a very, very special guest. He is the one and only King Haus. How you doing, my man?
What's good, big dog?
How you feeling?
I'm blessed and highly favored as always, you know what I'm saying? Just glad to be here.
Hell yeah.
Glad to breathe another day of air.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And hey, I want to go and introduce this with my gifts. I know I mentioned to you.
Oh yeah, you did.
So, I'm a big buff on it now. I enjoy smoking them, and I want to gift you a cigar.
Oh wow, man, thank you.
They're what?
I've never had one.
They're actually really nice. I just found I forget what it's called, but a smoke shop that's just around the corner from here. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna check out their cigar slow.
Okay.
I saw that one, champagne. I was like, we
I'm definitely gonna let you know how this goes. I gotta have to say this for a special occasion now.
nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Yeah, I bought myself one too. Actually, I got this one. It's the Rock Patel Vintage.
Oh
1990. Man. Like, it's funny. I've always liked the idea of smoking cigars.
Yeah.
Like, you know, have that fire or the fireplace, and then you got the whiskey glass, you got a cigar. Like, that just seems like the OG life right there.
Yeah, mine is always seeing Scarface or what is the OG smoking at that table, you know, covered with a big pile of money or something like that, man. Making me feel like a boss. Rick Ross. Something like that. But thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. And so tell me about yourself. You know, I just met you last year, and it's already turned into a fantastic relationship.
Well, yeah, I'm 31, Army vet. I did the Army for a while. I guess you could say that's where my discipline started. Before I was a young little running around doing whatever I wanted pretty much. I still do whatever I want, but it's a lot of discipline now.
Exactly.
But yeah, then got into boxing not too long ago with my partner here at this gym in 2018, and I wasn't really taking it seriously at first, just here for a paycheck. You know, I didn't want to work for the man. I wanted to work for myself. Young entrepreneur, you know, and make my own hours. It started off just wanting to make my own hours to be there for my son, be there for his games, the small moments and stuff like that I didn't want to miss. But then once you start seeing the impact you have on clients and people here, you kind of got to take it more seriously or get out of here or you're a scam artist, you know? But yeah, seeing the impact these kids that come in here, they want to learn how to defend themselves or just anything, get the cardio for another sport. They play soccer, they play baseball. I mean, I've been here since 2018 and I've trained from kids with autism to older people with Parkinson's disease or professional athletes. You know, it's I get joy from being in here and just the discipline of the gym lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Addicted to gains, I always say. I'm addicted to this stuff. One of my roommates said, you could be addicted to a lot of other stuff, so I'm glad you're addicted to gains.
Exactly. Because, I mean, if you think about it, like we look at everything that goes on now, there's so many things that hooks you in, whether it's social media, you spend countless hours on that, or if you get into other things across the board. And to use boxing and then lifting as a focal point to hone that energy is phenomenal. I'd rather be addicted to working out and training than anything else.
Yeah, at that point, the hardest day comes to finding those rest days, but those rest days are well needed. You got to find that healthy balance. You know, it's not every day you're not going to be motivated to get up, but that's where the discipline comes into play. You know?
Right. Now, actually, that makes me want to ask a question. So we always find there's like two polarities. See, I got mush mouth. We always see there's two polarities between motivation and discipline. Yeah. Motivation is something that's always temporary and fleeting, but discipline is the factor that keeps it going.
Yeah, definitely. Motivation is going to come and go, like you said. I might be motivated for a while. This girl's watching me, so I'm motivated to go a little harder this round. Pros are in here. I'm motivated to go a little, but discipline is going to come into effect when that girl's not there. When those pros aren't there, what are you doing behind the door? You know, what is your character like? You know, I'm not motivated to get up every day and to work out, but I'm disciplined enough to know that the job needs to be done. That the hard work is not going to do itself. I got goals I want to reach, and me sitting there waiting for the motivation to come along is not going to get it done. I just got to put my shoes on, and I'll get motivated as I get going.
Exactly. And so what are your goals?
I mean, they fluctuate at different times. Right now, I want to get into powerlifting. I just started lifting weights a lot this year, but before I do that, I'm actually going to step into amateur boxing. I've been doing this for a while, so I actually want to step in and actually give it a go. So I plan on in November doing the Gene Lewis, and then after that, I plan on doing one of these powerlifting competitions with my guys. I just want to see where I'm at now. I've been in the gym for a while. I've been doing boxing for at least 6 years now. So I just picked it up, sparring with pros and a lot of different amateurs now, and I'm feeling comfortable. So I want to give it a go.
Nice. And so how fine do you think the line is becoming between the amateur and pros in regards to the skill development and the discipline? Because we're seeing that line shrink more.
I mean, just in the last 2 weeks, I see the complete change. For me, moving around with these guys and then stepping in and moving around with different level, actually sparring in a different level, you see the different discipline. I mean, these pros, these guys eat, wake up and breathe this stuff. Some of these guys have been boxing since they came out the womb. This is all they know. And for me to come into this lifestyle just 7 years ago, it's kind of stepping on a lot of guys' toes with it, but they underestimate the discipline. Again, that's where that comes into play of me in the gym. Granted, they have the skill work, they have the knowledge, but every day I wake up willing to learn, and I think that's what separates it. But these pros they're no joke. A big ups to all those guys that step into the ring, UFC, boxing, if any combat sport, if they're willing to step in there and put their health on the line, it's a big ups at any level. Trust me. Just that small amount of experience is a world of difference. Trust me.
Yeah, and I loved how you said it too. When you wake up in the morning, you're ready to learn. Because
you got to.
Exactly. And for myself, like I've always perceived myself as a student life because like I'm a nerd, so I read 4 books at a time. I read textbooks, all that.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how I can translate so much of it into the sport of combat sports.
Yeah.
Because it's to understand the philosophy of fighting, the drive behind it, and what it does not only for your character but your psyche.
Yes, instantly. That's what it is. A lot of people think the gym or the boxing, like I really do it for my mental a lot. Yes, the physical part, that's the plus side. That's the reward of it. But the real reward is having mental peace, being at peace with your mental health.
Exactly.
And that's really, when I'm not in here, that's the hardest part. I'm learning, but those rest days are well needed. Yeah. I used to wall to the wall, just go, try to take my mind off of everything. At first it was good, but then your body starts feeling it, catching up. It's like, hey, slow down, this is new to us. Yes, it's good, but too much of anything is bad.
Yeah. I actually ended up experiencing that at both last year and the beginning of this year, because I didn't think to pace myself and I went overboard.
Yeah.
So I am getting plantar fasciitis in one foot.
Yeah.
And then I also, pretty sure I got some torn cartilage in both my knees because I just wasn't giving myself the rest that I needed.
Yes. And I think that's the wrong time we met each other. Yeah. We both were going on around the same time. That was before I started touching the weights, but I still fasted. I still ate like twice a day, but I wasn't eating enough. Was doing way too much, and I was going too fast at that time. I had to find a steady balance. So now, like, I walk around at 210, 205.
Okay.
And I plan on doing the amateurs at 198. But the last time I was at 198, it was like, I have pictures I'll show you. It was weight. I didn't look this close. Like, I'm 201, like there now, but that 198 looked way too skinny. Looked like a 198. Wow. Compared to this that I'm going to now. And then 220 or 230 pounds looks different, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so tell me about yourself, because you said that you're an Army vet. What got you into joining the Army?
Like I said earlier on in high school and stuff, I was getting in trouble. I played sports and stuff, but I didn't really go nowhere. I had offers, but I had a friend pass away, so I didn't really go to finish my sports. And then, you know, my son was being born. And when I heard I was having a son, I kind of already was in my spot in my head. If I wasn't where I needed to be within a year, then my fallback was to join the Army.
Right.
And then I found out I was having a son, and I knew I didn't really have any discipline or respect any older males or any authority, so I had to go learn that, or else I knew I wouldn't be a good father. Pretty much, I grew up typical, no father around, no older males in my life, so I kind of wanted to change that up. I had to learn it, so this is why I'm a student of life, like you said before.
Yeah.
I joined, and it's not for everybody, but I took what I needed, and I needed to learn discipline. I needed to learn how to fight through hard times. Yoshi? I'm sorry. How to fight through hard times, how to get that structure, and I think that's what it gave me, and it started there. For my son, man, my son was born and I was gone. I came back and I met my son for the first time at 4 months, and that was that motivation right there for me. And that's kind of been my motivation in life so far. My son that's kind of give him a good example to look up to. You know, I don't know it all. I learned from him, he learned from me, but we're going through this life together. He's 10 years old now, plays basketball, and
Nice.
yeah, he keeps me on my toes. So, yeah, high school, I guess from teachers telling me I wasn't going to amount to anything, I was going to be dead or locked up in jail because I was a class clown, you know. I was that guy, you know, but I had a lot going on, and I think a lot of us do in high school. We got a lot going on. We're still trying to figure ourselves out. You know, teachers shouldn't really speak to you like that. I mean, I could have took it either way, but it motivated me to be something more in my life. And then, yeah, for my son, and that's always kind of been a push. Yeah, it's not always easy. It's not always rainbows and butterflies, but when I'm not at my best, he's there to remind me. You know, I got that image in the back of my head. And then the gym also helps a lot as well.
Yeah, and I really have to pay tribute to that, because I've experienced a lot of that personally. I've had my own, I've had multiple losses in my family.
Yeah.
I've even had a principal for one of my old schools ask me, "You been to jail yet?" And it's like
They're waiting on it.
Yep.
Like I told you.
And it's crazy how we see a lot of like community or society, and how at times they could target the individual when they don't even understand what that individual is going through. They don't understand and see behind closed doors the trauma you've experienced, the pain you're going through, and your reason why. And like right now, your greatest reason why is for your son. And that is something that I really preach to lead by example, because like for me and my own kid, I didn't have necessarily the full father figure to be able to understand the concept of authority, of discipline, of respect, and everything. And now when I had my kid, my whole mindset is, how can I lead by example and set my own kid off for a better future than what I've experienced?
The way I look at it is like we had the blueprint of what not to do or what we didn't.
Exactly.
You know, so try to do the opposite. It may not be right or not, because every kid is different, you know, but I took away, I had the blueprint of what not to do. I didn't like that. I didn't have a father or nobody there to cheer me on or teach me these games or anything like that, you know. So I wanted to be present for my son, for those small moments, to be at those games, to be able to have a flexible career job where during the summer he can come to the gym and still get active. You know, I always tell him during school, you know, that's when we're working on hard work for our brain. You know, I won't make him work out as much. You know, it's all for the brain. During the summer, now it's hard work for the muscles. You know, so we're in the gym, we're going to put some work in, and then you're playing basketball, and he doesn't realize it now, but the gym is just as much for his mental as well. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, you'll understand.
And it's funny too, because it's like, I feel part of the world we live in right now, it caters too much to the wants of children, to the wants of people, when we don't actually understand that sometimes things are done because that's what it's needed for the future.
Yes.
So it's like, even if your kid doesn't understand why you put him in the gym or really
Yep.
push hard for his education, 10, 20 years from now, he's going to thank you, because then he'll understand the sacrifices you made
Yeah.
for him and why you pushed him so much.
Yes. You know, and I don't regret anything. I don't regret not having a father when I was younger. I actually met him a couple years back. You know, we talked as adults and stuff. But it made me the man I am today. You know what I'm saying? And my son's gonna have, Lord knows when he gets older, he's gonna have his own problems with me. I probably was too much on his butt, you know, or something. There's gonna be something that he didn't like, you know, and hopefully when it gets to that time, I'm still understanding enough to let him get it off his chest and we talk about it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one part I'm, with the gym, with all this discipline, with everything that I preach, or everything that I'm still learning, at the end goal, I want that to be able to, for me to be able to be opened up with my son when it comes to that, or just with anybody at that, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you did me wrong in the past, I should be able to be forgiving and talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
More understanding.
Exactly. And you know, I was actually talking with somebody just yesterday in regards to the impact and the relationship you build with other people. And if you're able to instill great values and to be a good, honest, righteous person into even 20 people,
Yeah.
look at the ripple effect. Because you figure 20
man.
times 20 is 400, 20 times 400, 8,000. And it just keeps going on. So even just one small encounter you could have with somebody where you show that passion, that love, and send a wave through everything.
I hear you. That's a lot. Like, a lot of people ask why I post so much on the Instagram and stuff, but like, I get a lot of feedback. People that don't feel like going to their gym, they're like, I look at your stuff and you're right in the gym. Like, and it's no question for me. It's a lifestyle at this point. It's just a routine. You get up, you go to the gym, you get it out the way, you do your thing, you eat, you know, routine. I like a routine. Keeps me, my little routine is good for me. And if you come down here to Scottsdale Boxing Club, and I can get you on a routine as well. You know, my partner, he does lifts the weights, and we do have great coaches here with the boxing and personal training, from pros to amateurs, to any level pretty much. You know, we pride ourselves there. A lot of people think like, we're in Scottsdale, you know, but Scottsdale is a good place to be at. We're right in the center of everything.
Yeah, yeah, and it's honestly, as soon as I saw this place for the first time today, I was like, okay, I gotta visit again, because I don't ever travel to the Scottsdale area too much, but the gyms out here, especially the boxing gyms and the MMA gyms here, are insane with talent.
Yeah, a lot of people never expected us. When we first opened up here in Scottsdale, we got a lot of smack talk from boxing clubs. A lot of other, they don't respect it. We're in Scottsdale. Come on, these guys are down in North Phoenix or Glendale. You know, we're in Scottsdale. And they come in here. We got some good talent. We got some guys that are not from Scottsdale that are in here. And you know, we might be in Scottsdale, but a lot of these guys aren't from Scottsdale.
Yeah, and you know, it's part of that underdog story in a sense, because not everybody comes from the sunshine and rainbows. Not everybody has all the same opportunities and resources.
And that's judging a book by its cover, right?
Exactly. And you know, it's like, I always say that the nature of combat sports and boxing too is that it's the nature of stoicism, because we are all putting in the sacrifice, this suffrage.
You can't underestimate any guy that's willing to put in that work in there.
Yep, and it's like, like I said, the ripple effect it can have on everyone, because when you show the concept of, like, when I dip into philosophy, you can't understand what is good without experiencing what is evil.
Like, you can't know war without knowing, like, you can't know peace without knowing war.
Exactly.
You know, both of those go hand in hand. Yeah, yin and yang.
Exactly, and it's what you said a moment ago too. It's like, coming from hardship, it's about the mindset of what you make of it in your future, because, like how you said it, we've had the privilege to understand and see the type of life that we don't want, to see the type of people we don't want to be. And we want to see the effect we want to have on people in a positive, great way.
Yeah, and that's the main thing that keeps me going. I always like to say, in every negative situation, try to find a positive in it. It's harder said than done, you know, but in every negative situation, try to find the positive in it. Like, okay, my purse, or I lost my wallet, but at least my bank, I can cancel my bank cards and my money's still going to be in my bank. You know, I lost 20, my ID, I can go get another one. You know, it's not that big a deal. Don't stress over the little things like that. Try to find the positive in it. At least I'm still alive.
Exactly.
You know, I lost, they robbed me, but at least it didn't kill me. You know, that's the best. I can make that money up.
Exactly. And I feel like we live in an era where we've become so entrapped and focused on the material aspect of things that we lose sight of that. Because it's, you know, I've seen people who they break their Apple Watch and then it's like all hell breaks loose.
Oh, man.
But then there's other people who literally got their car hit and their first reaction is, it's just a car.
Yeah, it's more material. Okay. Yes, exactly. And that's the world we live in right now. A lot of people are, sadly, they care about the material things or animals more than another human life. You know, I care about animals just as much. You see my little bugs right here with me, but you know, I care about humans as well.
Yeah.
I think because humans, and animals for me, man. You know,
exactly.
they're on the same level. But material things, I never grew up on material things. I grew up on family, the bond that you grow with people. You know what I'm saying? Reading vibes. Material things mean nothing. They come and go. You know, people are on to the next thing like that. Look how fast we are. Everybody is on the next thing. I mean, there's been so many champions in the history of sports, and people only know about a handful, about 10.
Yeah.
If you're in the MMA, you know about 10 champions in the MMA. If you're in the boxing, you know about 10, 5 in these different weight class. You know, we move on from music so fast.
Yeah.
They got to drop albums back to back to back, and we forget about the music that they just dropped. I mean, everything's so fast. On to the next, on to the next. You just got to slow down and enjoy life, and enjoy the small moments that we have with each other and family, and being able to wake up and hit the gym and work out, and being able to work on your mental health, or being able to inspire the youth, to inspire the next person, being able to come on this podcast, you know what I'm saying? Like, the little things, you got to be grateful for those. A lot of negative things. It's easy to dwell on the negative things. Everybody's ready for that. Oh man, that happened. Everybody, you know, I was watching this interview. Everybody's happy when you have it your way.
Yep.
You know, I give a baby a bottle, he's going to stop crying. I give my dog a treat, he's going to be happy and give a smile. But what are you going to do when it doesn't go your way?
Yeah.
You know,
where the discipline comes.
That's where discipline comes out. And what are you going to do when it doesn't go your way? Are you still going to sit there and whine, or are you going to make excuses, or okay, you're going to strap up your boots and say, okay, let's still get the job done?
Exactly. That's why I preach time and time again for this world, or this generation in particular, we need more people to lead by example, to set the standard. Because if at the end of the day we don't have enough people to take accountability in a sense of pushing beyond when the bootstraps get heavy and the times get tough, how are we going to overcome it? So I truly believe, and I preach, and I really push for more people to lead by example, to set the example, to show that even with how crazy times are, there's still good, honest, righteous people here that want to do good.
Definitely. And I think also a lot of these kids and young adults and stuff like that, they need to get into combat sports and learning how to defend themselves, whether it's boxing, MMA, karate, some sort of martial arts. You know, is always good to know to defend yourself. You know, just like they say, you got to know peace, you know war. To know war, you know peace. Just that little bit of information can save yourself from knowing when to encounter, when to interact in a situation and when not to. Knowing how to slip and come back, or, you know, just having that information can save you. And I'm not talking about that Detroit PD stuff from YouTube, touch and go. No, really go to a gym, find in your area a dojo, a boxing club, something, and learn martial arts, a form of martial arts, and also hit the weights. I mean, that's going to get your body in the best shape that you can, and then learn that martial arts.
Exactly. A strong mind and a strong body translates through and through with each other.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And, you know, now I want to dip into a philosophical question, because you brought it up again. You can't know peace without war, and war without peace. And I'm also going to add a quote, but I always like to ask the question, Do you believe world peace is possible?
We won't see it. Not our generation. You know, generations and generations. I mean, there's a fight against world peace. You know what I'm saying? They don't want it. They make so much money off of chaos. I mean, everywhere you go, they make money off of it. So I mean, it's possible, but our generation won't live around to see it. Maybe our kids' generation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it starts with us.
Exactly.
Once we're too distracted, too blinded by our own wants and needs and materialistic stuff, and everybody's not on the same. We're too separated for it, you know. But it's possible. Just we won't live to see it.
Yeah. And I there's a quote that I always think back to that I always like to tie in with this question, but Pope Francis II said this back in 1927. He said that world peace is a matter of human faith. So long as we are trapped with the assumption that man is man and war will always be, and it will always exist. But we can instill the drive, the hunger, the raw passion for peace into every fabric of every person, into the masses, only then can it be achievable.
Yeah. Like mind control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's about, for me, I believe it's about setting that standard too, because it's like at the end of the day, we should be able to shake hands, reach across the aisle, and say our differences don't matter.
Yeah.
We are the generation that's meant to break this cycle. I truly believe that.
I agree. No matter the differences, no matter, you should be able to state your opinion, in my opinion, whether it's whatever it is, and still have respect for that person who's sitting across you.
Exactly.
Well, no matter what, just like you tie back into your combat sports when those guys are fighting, they'll put all the show bickering that. After that war, they're shaking hands.
Yeah.
It's good job. It was part of the job. It was part of the, part of it. You had different opinions, but I crossed the line. I didn't mean to say that. That's where it comes out. That's true respect for the other side.
Yeah. And we're all human. No matter what, we all are gonna make mistakes, whether it's in the past, the present, or perhaps in the future. But the whole point of being human is to grow and learn and be better.
Oh yeah.
That's why I read all kinds of crazy stuff. I read across thousands of years, and that's why even if you go further back, there's these ancient societies called the esoterics and Rosicrucians.
Okay.
They believed in the concept that you can't know what is good without experiencing what is evil.
Yeah.
And it's about finding the balance and the flow of the nature of good and evil. And if we're able to instill that wisdom, even combat sports, the discipline, the respect, the humility, and the love that it brings.
Yeah.
The ripple effect is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, you put it me up.
See, this is why I love doing this, because the whole concept of why I created Josh Said What is to create a platform where something can have a change. It's by having a platform where it preaches nothing but positive, constructive dialogue, especially around present day issues.
Yeah.
By doing that, reaching across the aisle, only then can we teach these kids, even the adults, that we can be better than this.
You can. You always have a choice. I always say positive people prosper and positively.
Exactly.
Something like that, the 4 Ps.
Exactly. And so for yourself in particular, if you could have one major impact or influence on the youth or the younger generation, what type of impact would you want to have for one?
I want for them to believe in themselves, to love themselves. At the end of the day, if nobody's gonna do it for you, nobody's gonna love you like you love yourself.
Amen.
No one's gonna put you first. You are your best investment. So invest well in your health, in your mental health, in your body. You are your best investment. So love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Speak highly of yourself. You got to believe it. Manifest the best for yourself. You can't let the outside world determine who you are, because then you'll succumb to what this world makes you, and this world will eat you up. This world is very cruel. It's easy to be negative. That's why a lot of people are negative. You got to fight to be positive, and there's very few of us with that light that keep going. And the more you know yourself and the more you're in love with yourself, the more kind you are with yourself, the easier it is for you to keep that light shining bright. The easier it is to keep that outside noise of what people think that you need to be, or their standard of you off of yourself, you know, because you know yourself, and you don't put yourself down to that level of what they think you need to be, because you're in tune. So that is one thing that I push for my son, for him not to follow, to be a leader, to be yourself. Who cares if they make fun of your hair, or do you like it? You rock it like that. Then I wasn't comfortable. I have a unibrow. Back when I was my son's age, I used to shave it. It took me a while. And I remember the first conversation I had with my son. He came to me. My son is black, Mexican, and white. And he came to me one day. I was like, Dad, I wish my whole family was black. Me being a black man, I was kind of excited, but I understood why he said it. When it comes with his black side, we're more family oriented. We spend more time together as a family. This is no, I'm not putting down his mom's side, but they're more at work, so they spend more money. They'll give him money, and he's with a babysitter more. We're both providing, you know. Mm-hmm. But I understood why he said it, so I told him, son, you have to be proud of everything you are. You're black, Mexican, Italian, white. You have all this heritage, all this culture, and you have to be proud of everything. As I'm telling him that, I realized I'm shaving my unibrow. I have to practice what I'm preaching. Mm-hmm. One day he's going to grow, and he's going to have this same unibrow. He's going to wonder, why doesn't my dad? So I stopped shaving mine, got comfortable with my skin with it, and that was, I guess, was the beginning of my self-loving as well, finding out that I didn't really love myself, that I had to start and find myself again, and I was telling myself. So yeah, it's to love yourself, and to don't let anybody tell you or dictate who you are or what you can become in this world. And you are the only person that can put the limits on that, and it's limitless. You can do whatever you put your mind to. Mm-hmm. You know, if they say it, what you think you can do, be delusional about it. Mm-hmm. What you think the sky is the limit for you, go past that. Yep. 10 times past that. Get delusional about it. And then don't tell nobody. Yep. Don't give nobody a chance to shoot you down, to shut down their dreams, of anything, you know?
So, yeah. And, you know, I agree with that 100%, because it's crazy for me how it's about 12 years ago, I set 2 goals for myself. 1 is to learn everything, literally. And then 2 is to change the world. Now, to learn everything, I know...
Be here forever.
Exactly. Not only that, because it's never achievable, that means that there's always more for me to learn, more to grow. It's something that will always motivate me to keep pushing, even until the day that's end. And then for the change the world, that's when it's going to happen. So it's the concept of chasing infinity, knowing you'll never achieve it, but it's the journey of it.
Chopping water, sharing water.
Yep.
The journey, man.
Yep.
You understand?
Exactly. And that's why, like if you go further in philosophy, I like to say that it's like we are creation itself, because creation doesn't search for the end goal.
No.
Creation simply wants to exist, to experience life. And we're in an area where everything's moving so fast, we're caught up with so much of it.
Everybody wants the end game. Exactly. They're looking for the end game. Instead, they're so caught up on wanting the end game that they get caught up on trying to build that life that they don't experience life. Yeah. Everybody wants to build that life that nobody's just living life anymore. They're so caught up for that end game.
Yeah, exactly. And I know we got to wrap it up, so I'll go and make sure to end it quickly for you. But I definitely want to say every single encounter I have with you, everybody in this industry, it is an absolute privilege. But I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I feel like today's area, we have such a misunderstanding of what that word means.
Yeah.
No, we forget it's about gratefulness, humility, the fact that you and I can sit here and have such a fantastic conversation. It's a privilege to experience.
Yes, and it's a privilege that you would want us to talk on your podcast, to come on here, you know what I'm saying, to collab. Like you said, a lot of people get it misconstrued of I need this person or they need me for their stuff, but it's not that. It's not even that. We both have one goal, and that's to spread a positive message, you know, and that's all it's about.
Absolutely.
So thank you for having me. Thank you for coming to the club. You guys are more than welcome every time. And I'm definitely gonna see all the fights coming up here.
Hey, hell yeah, hell yeah. Hey, thank you so much, man.
Lower.
As I say, we're the generation that's meant to break this cycle.
Yes, sir, and we will.
And the more that we lead by example, the more that'll happen.
Yes, sir. The more we,
There.
I love it.
I love it. And hey, this is Josh Said What, the podcast that will change the world. Catch you next one.